Hello, everybody. This is Game 3 between 5 Minute Boys and Conquest in the grand finals of the DACH region for the FragPunk World Clash. Once again, the DACH region is, what was it, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And for the next series, it will be Brazil. I will be doing a fan cast of Brazil for only the grand finals, as in, what crowned the winner of that region. I will not be doing the semifinals of it, simply because, well, I just don't think there'd be much of an interest in that. If there would be an interest in that, I would do it. But I think it's just more of a I'm just trying to get FragPunk out there in the first place anyway. So never mind that. Back into this game. Regenerative therapy being picked up on the offense. Offense is in blue and defense is in red for this. Once again, the colors are assigned to the team. So regenerative therapy, as they thought so as well. Best card out there. Deadly rewind. Well, there's got to be some setups. I would pick on defense, definitely not an offense card, but I guess they would have some setups on it, something labbed up. It's good with LMG, something like spraying out the walls of this, the A, or either the A main hallway or B main on the second floor. Spraying out a wall with an LMG, waiting for people to push up, get some intel, and then reload. Could get a couple cheeky kills that way, but I doubt we would see that get used. So Beerton on his signature Nitro, played that a lot this series. There is no decks being run on either side. You would think that's been banned for how much either team has played it, but there are no bans in this. Hollow Point gets a pick. Braxis on the Hollow Point, and wait, Treason on a Hollow Point for the defending team. Treason's been playing, well, the Fragger, the entry kind of thing, very aggressively in this series so far. Surprised he swapped to a Hollow Point, but don't blame him. A knife kill. Not the first one of the series, but rare as always. A trade between the two brokers. As the execute goes off onto A site, 5 Minute Boys looking to take the first round. Here's the thing about 5 Minute Boys. They've been, I say that as Treason takes it back. Still not in the lead yet, and Braxis gets 2 for the round. So, 5 Minute Boys has, in the first 3 rounds of each, how do I say this? I wouldn't say round, in each set. Yeah, we'll say each set of this series so far. In the first 3 games, 3 rounds, I keep using different verbiage, so I don't want to be confusing. So 3 rounds, they've looked good, right? Let's say they go up 1-0, just like they did now. They make it 1-1. Sometimes they even take it up 2-1, but they just start falling behind. I guess Conquest just gets the read on them, starts figuring them out, figures out the 50-50 gunfights, just starts winning them all of a sudden. They just can't take it back. Regardless, both teams ban choke. Hey, pick or ban in your ranked games. If you want to know just how good of a card it is, well, both teams here in pro play just banned it as their card. Bigger and badder picked up on offense. Might see an Axon swap because of that. I don't believe there was an Axon being ran last round. Not yet? No? Okay. So, Braxis, I don't believe has played, trying to think about it, a single Lancer other than Hollow Point, which I don't think that's a bad thing at all. If you're comfortable on someone, stick that someone. I always believe in games like this, and other competitive games as well. Comfortability above all. Offense, defense, that's just their main. Some might consider them a one-trick. Hell, they might consider themselves a one-trick, but that doesn't exactly mean it's a bad thing. If you know the ins and outs of that character. Still waiting for this bigger and badder to get used. There you go. Look at that giant basketball size Kismet nade. Clears out that entire corner. Good utility usage as always on our side. As per usual, still surprised to see no Axon on bigger and badder. Axon has seen play on this map, on Tundra. Not in this series I'm casting so far, but I have seen get used. Axon, I believe it will be in the next series that I cast. Maybe not the Grand Finals. It was in the quarterfinals between Double O and Work in Silence. It was the semifinals. The semifinals between Double O and Work in Silence, which I do not plan to cast. There was Axons on this map just almost every round, and right there on the B side, that top gap, that's where they were spamming their nades through, both on offense and defense. Twitch cannot stand in this. I was gonna say, not Twitch. MX cannot stand in his own pathogen heal because of, well, the death. I was silent there because I was like, is he gonna get this lineup? He does. Treason once again somehow always finds himself either being the opening pick or getting the opening pick. But yeah, the pathogen not able to stand on her own heal zone because of the death embrace that was coming onto her. Even I could see that coming, but hey, sometimes you don't think about these things, especially when you're in the middle of a fight like now. Kerm gets the. We got a knife kill per round so far. I thought this was going to go in overtime to try to get the bomb to be tossed. They needed it, and Clarity gets the pick. A little cheeky pick at the end. If it wasn't for this double kill right here, insane lineup for him. I think that round goes to 5 Minute Boys. Maybe I'm thinking about it now. Maybe 5 Minute Boys is very, how to say this, mentally driven of a team where they either feast or famine based off how they are mentally. And, you know, maybe they're like the guys that, you know, oh, dude, when we're winning hard, but we lose a round really badly like that, and all of a sudden their mental state just says, oh, you know what, I'm gonna play a little scared, which you can't play scared in such fast-paced games like this. I'm gonna stop taking 50-50 because I lost the one last round. They lose their confidence. Maybe that's a thing. I doubt it's a thing. Not for them, at least. But maybe that's the reason why they always start strong. Clarity getting the scout off on B main, second story. It's again one of her. Oh, takes the teleport. Clarity actually takes the teleport on her drone this time. Loses the 50-50. 5 Minute Boys wanted to make amends for this round. Up 5-2, and both defending teammates, both defending team members are in the middle of the map. Not much map control there, and fortunately, this round seems very hard to win for them. Even less so now, and well, just a formality at that point. Once you have, once you relinquish even a piece of the map to attackers in this game, it's very hard to take back. And they didn't just relinquish a piece of it. Both of them, right? Not saying it was a bad idea. They just ended up that way, stacked on top of each other in the middle of the map. That just means other than the middle lane, you have nothing anywhere. You have no information. So, Conquest picking up Headshot Master. You might be wondering why they picked that up into a Dullahan's. They only put 1 point into it, notice. It is just to deny it from the offensive team. I don't understand 5 Minute Boys taking Dullahan's first pick, which is a great first pick, into Cursed Crits, which makes their headshots on the Conquest defending team do less damage when Dullahan's makes it so you can't get a headshot in the first place. That does, maybe they were trying to deny it from Conquest picking up as a final pick, but then why did you put 2 points into it? I can only assume that was a misclick. Kurum gets the refrag. That is a successful entry. I always consider a successful entry to be a trade. Obviously not successful anymore. And it's just Braxis left. Fortunately, he's going to get dived on. Do we get to see the third knife kill of the series? 3 knife kills, 4 rounds so far. I say series. Should I say game? Nah, never mind that. But yeah. I would consider a successful entry even if you die a trade. If you enter a site and you just die immediately, maybe trade some damage out, and then the person who's behind you refrags you on offense, that got your team map control, that pushed the enemy defenders out of position. I would say that is a successful entry even if you don't live it. I think many people would agree with me with that on in any competitive shooter with an offense and with an offense and defense side. CS:GO, Siege. You don't exactly need to live. You just need to get your team the map control or site control. So I've been saying I haven't yet to see Braxis swap off this entire series. I would like someone to correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a couple days since my last casting. He is now playing a DACH. And we have Treason playing a Hollow Point again. I'm just pointing this out because I'm rather surprised. They seem to be opposite playstyles of what these guys normally like to play. That doesn't mean, obviously, they can't play them. You would expect pro players at the highest level to be able to play a multitude of positions and a multitude of characters. But usually when you have a person that's like, I am the intel person, I am the insert X here, I am the entry, they usually like to stick to those rules. Do we get a free pick? Yes, we do on Braxis. Well, I say surprisingly he swapped off the Hollow Point, but, you know, taken off anyway. That was a quite decent pick by Paige here. Does not get the trade back. Does Braxis on the other side of the map. Very closely, though. If Braxis was on his signature Hollow Point, ironically, I think that would have been a trade. Hit him in the body. At least I believe that's a body shot, unless that was a limb shot given extra damage by the time to snipe. Rockstar is pressuring out B still. There is one person on B on either side. Multiple nitros they have to push through, thanks to this, thanks to the clone tech.
Time is running out the door.
Let me mute this, mute my phone. Do not disturb. Sorry about that, my bad. 5-minute boys trying to leverage this time to snipe and taking multiple snipers on offense. Unfortunately, while you're playing that range game, defense just says, hey, I'm just going to sit back. F8 on 19 HP, pushes up, gets that very cheeky kill. Braxis needs to get the cover of his lifetime here, cannot get the cover, and unfortunately that just means their fate is sealed on the offense round. Last offense round for them on this map. Alright, going into this side switch. Get everybody dance now. That's going to get insta-ban. I assume Long Dash and Everybody Dance is going to get, well, I don't think there's much else you would ban unless both teams decide to ban everybody and then one team... Both teams ban the bigger bombs? Hey, man, just go to show I'm just here trying to make predictions and sometimes it's wrong. Not 5-minute boys, they swapped the defense. Conquest hovered over Long Dash thinking, hey, we might want it. Decides against it. Goes to Everybody Dance. 5-minute boys picks up the Long Dash themselves. I'm gonna be quite frank with you. I did not ever think that Everybody Dance would ever make it through a ban round unless there was some really I think Super Jump is gone this season, right? If I'm incorrect on that, it would have to be like Super Jump and then something else for like Everybody Dance to not get banned. But oh well, let's see how well Conquest can do with it. I think Conquest bans bigger bombs, thinking, okay, 5-minute boys are gonna ban everybody. So we can ban this, and then we pick up a Long Dash for ourselves. That's what they're thinking. And maybe they hovered over Long Dash, and one of their teammates was like, whoa, wait, hold on, they didn't ban everybody. It's like, wait, what? I just assumed it was banned. Alright, both Circuits throwing their utility mid. 2 tornadoes on opposite sides, slowing down the attack.
Please savor these sizzling pyrotechnics.
Nice half HP on the broker. Pretty good reaction on that shot. 50-50 goes both ways here. Both offender and defender half HP, or not half HP, 1 HP. And unfortunately, this is why you ban this card. It is similar to Super Jump, where it does not take much skill to use, and it is a free kill that You don't exactly need... Unfortunately, if Kerm was not 1 HP, he might have gotten a knife kill. Rockstars gets hit. Do we have another? Come on. Nitro's coming behind. Trying to hit her with her util. And she does get hit. I was looking at the map, I'm like, oh, Clarity is like probably calling to his team, hey, I'm out of everybody charges. Nitro's coming up, hey, I got you, just don't engage, let me come up, buy me some time. Walks up, uses the util through the wall, and gets another freeze kill of their lifetime. Berry Destruction is getting banned here. That is unfortunate. I've been very happy to see it. I think everybody would. Weapon Morph. Yeah, makes complete sense there. You don't want to be pushing the site where everybody has, or everybody on the enemy team has dropped an LMG or two on the site, and it's just impossible to push. Visible traps being picked up on Conquest's offensive side. I can only imagine that it's good on offense. Don't get me wrong; it is still very powerful on defense, on offense, but I believe is much more powerful on defense for obvious reasons. So I can imagine that's more of a deny pick than anything else. Do we get to see a cool Nitro wall? No, we do not. There are some insane Nitro walls on this map as well, any map. They did nerf or got rid of some of them. The devs did with recent map changes, but don't get me wrong, they still exist. Util dump mid. Conquest ends up being on the slightly worse side of that util dump. That same util dump we should see every single round, as at minimum we get some intel. So you're not looking to just get a kill out of it. You're not really ever looking to get a kill out of that util dump, but you're looking to get the hit marker, the damage. Seeing those numbers through the wall, letting you know who's there, who's not. F82 with an insane Nitro wall. That's Rockstars to 15. And Rockstar still wins the fight afterwards. After losing the first 4 bullets of that gunfight. Wow, that was an insane wall too. What a fight by Rockstars, actually. Well, Conquest wanted that pick, probably really badly. Now they're set to lose this round in a very competitive game so far. More competitive than the last couple games in this series, where it was, I believe, 6-1 and 6-3. Kerm gets one of the last 2 left. Page reveals themselves, and they're in the 1v4. Gets flashed out. With the 45 HP, facing down explosive shots with no reasonable shard card for herself to use, and waiting for it. About to get ran down by another. Rockstar is after I believe he got 3 this round, if not at least 2. Off that insane shot on FA2. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure if F8 was choked that, or Rockstar was just hit a good flick, reaction flick. It could, I mean, obviously both, but whatever it may be. Conquest picking up an inherit the win for themselves. Throwing away the freeze bullet, they don't want that. They're saying, okay, 5 minute, you can have freeze bullet and avenge me. Unfortunately, that means 5 minute boys don't get the ban. Excuse me, the B short ban that I think they would have won. I believe the bans are very powerful for defense side. A lot of delay there. There's info there because if offense wants to say drop an LMG for themselves and have a secondary weapon to shoot and send a player over to shoot down that wall, that's information. You know, at least one person's there. I think the bans are very powerful. That's just me. Not saying that they're instant pick priority. I'm just saying I think they are good. Don't sleep on them. Corona pushing hard through mid, as Corona does, wins the entry. And Conquest ends up way better. 4-2. 2 defenders having to retake their own onto their own A site. Treason might get a pick here. Loses that fight to Barry, expecting that angle. Even though on top of a box. Actually, that makes sense now. After you clear the side of the box, you make the next area you check would be the top of it. Much more doable now in a 2v3. HP is still good. Brax has had to reveal himself here, shooting out the broker landmines. I call them landmines. I should just call them broken traps. The info is good here. Almost chokes the kill. Gets in the end. 2v2, much more doable off of a 2v4 start. They still have defender's advantage on his bomb. Braxis taps it. Unfortunately, the bomb was not planted for upstairs or in a position where the attackers could reasonably... How do I say this? They would have to peek wide into their own site that they took to check it. I don't know why that took me so long to get out. Alright, many good cards here. Do we see another Blade Master? That would be fun. That would be fun for us spectators to see. Projectile Scan, Phantom A-Sight, Health Club, Blade Master. We even see a Painful Motivation on this cast so far. I'm not sure if I'm confusing it with some of the Brazil semifinals I watched on Twitch, which I only watched like a few games of it, or if it was earlier in the series where we saw Painful Motivation actually get picked. Phantom A-Sight for Conquest. Very powerful once again. It is both Intel denial because, well, it gives you a free smoke all over A, but it also gives you a way to leverage an entry, right? It serves as a way for you to get yourself on the site. Shooting range opens up. Phantoms are gotten rid of. Clarity gets flashed out, trying to cover mid. Hard B push. 3 mid, 2 B main coming out from Conquest. They're dumpstering the site. They're util dumping the site. They're sending everybody there. They took fast mid control. Unfortunately, the site is very easily theirs. They got the crossfire set up. Conquest also has Lifesaver active if they need it. Although I don't think any of them will be going for it in the positions that the devs are at right now. 5-minute boys pushing through mid and mid only. Trying to get the retake back on the site. Axon bombs come in. Oh, my bad. There was one coming from their spawn side, I believe. I just didn't see it properly. 1v3. They were blinking health bars on 5-minute boys. One of them one shot. Actually, if considering a headshot, 2 of them were one shot, but clutch did not happen. The revive going through so they can save a weapon, I believe. Oh no! Conquest had had Lifesaver. They were just destroying the soul. That was a very fast take. Maybe on Conquest side they were thinking, hey, we have Phantom A-Sight. That means we're projecting we want to take onto A. Defense is also thinking, hey, they have Phantom A-Sight. They're going to try and commit harder to A. We're going to push a little more onto A. And Conquest just said, you know what, psych, we're just going to go full rush B. That was a red herring the whole time. Conquest picks up skill replenish for themselves and a quick charge. That's Cheetah and Dibs for 5-minute boys. This is the last round. There is no saving points. There is no ecoing. Take it or leave it. We might get the first duel of the series, which would be very awesome. Or 5-minute boys may get their first win of the series, which also would be very awesome. They still, those aren't mutually exclusive. We can get to duels, and we can get a 5-minute boys victory. The same util dump from either side. Wanting that mid control. I was gonna say, here we have Treason on his signature pick. Not saying that is his only pick in this series, but I believe he's really made himself a name on this Dex. He, with the safety of the Dex double, and here's F8's Nitro Wall Swat again, almost tries to, how do I say this, get redemption for himself. When he lost this fight onto Rockstars earlier, takes it again. It's not dissuaded by the fact that he lost the fight. More than willing to take it again. See, that's what I like. Don't get dissuaded by the fact that you lost it once. Sometimes you just lose the 50-50. That shouldn't dishearten you. Take it again. You might win it next time. Corona doing Corona things, getting his team entry on the site with his head flashbang. Gets 1, gets 2 this Clarity mid with an LMG spray. They both lined up for him. No trade back. 2v5 on the site. That Kismet nade is good. That Kismet nade is not just good. That Kismet nade is game deciding. I saw it go through the air. It was landing. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be good. Teamwork, actually, with the circuit nade as well. Very good team util synergy. Nah. So as I was saying on Treason earlier, you've seen it in my previous cast. If you want to watch a previous cast, they are games 1 and 2 are both uploaded to the channel. Especially on the Ocket game. Actually, not just on the Ocket game. On Black Market as well. Treason just always found the way to get to where the defense team wasn't looking. I think it was a mixture of calculated aggression as well as patience, because he didn't just force it every time, and he wasn't just doing the same thing every round. Sure, let's say one round he goes to, I believe, A patio on Ocket. Pushes up A patio on Ocket. And the next round he pushes up the same A patio, but he does it a minute later than he did the round before. Or he would util himself that way, and then the next round he would util himself in a different way. Like he would dump it. He would push with a different timing on the same util. Oh, we got a second pause coming out. Enough about me hyping up Treason. I've hyped up Treason for the last 2 rounds, but it is very easy for casters, and I noticed this across multiple esports casts. Not saying I am well versed in them. I haven't watched especially not a shooter esports cast in, let's say, over a year. And within the last year, I've only really watched StarCraft esports. Yeah, but it's very easy to hype up the entry. The aggressive players, because that's the first and foremost. That's what you see. That's usually who you're spectating to, because you want to spectate the people in gunfights, right? And they're probably in the most gunfights. The crowd usually likes them too. Obviously, this is a offline cast, a live cast, but still an offline cast, regardless. As I am being both the solo spectator and the solo commentator. What's it saying? Oh yeah, but it's when there is a crowd, it is very easy for them to cheer for the entry too, because those are the people getting kills, those are the people doing the hype plays in the first place. But don't get me wrong, the in Rainbow Six Siege, your anchors, your smokes. In CS2, the people who are flashing mid, who are doing mid flash lineups so that their teammate can get that aggressive play. Don't let that how do I say this? Take away from the fact that there is a supporting cast. There is background characters that are putting in the effort too. It's not just Treason with an 8-4 KD line just carrying the whole game, right? There are people giving call-outs, getting information for a team, etc. I was going to say, are we going to get a 3rd pause, or a 4th pause? That was the 3rd. So there are, in a normal ranked game, and I'm going to assume right now these are normal ranked rules, each team gets 3 1-minute pauses. If you go into ranked right now, Diamond above, you will get 3 1-minute pauses on either side. So I'm wondering, are these, hey, pause now, take it or leave it, high pressure situation? For 5-minute boys, this is life on the line in terms of the series / the grand finals for this region, going to Hong Kong or not. And this is Conquest saying, all right, take a chill pill. All right, calm yourselves, get your head back in the game. We're playing duel now. You're not playing the same way as you did in Conquest. All right, frag out. Do what you gotta do, but just remember, maybe they're reminding themselves, okay, hey, this person likes to play this. This person usually plays this. They're playing on Tundra's dual map, so it is a known variable, what the map they're going to. right? Maybe they're reminding themselves how the other team plays if they are doing VOD reviews, etc., etc. Or it could just be a 5-minute boy saying, "Hey, we're feeling the pressure right now." Maybe it's not a tactical pause. Maybe it's just a let's calm down pause. Although that would be a tactical pause, but I'm just saying it's like maybe there's no underlying reasoning to it. Maybe it's just, hey, let's take a minute before we really get into this game on the line situation or grand finals match point on the line. Not sure how I don't know any of these people, particularly not even from Twitch streams, anything like that. I'm not sure how well they would deal with stress or how much they've been in a competitive setting before. It could be getting to them here, or I could just be overlooking this and somebody just AFK'd. I doubt it. Something I did notice during this pause. I believe this is the last pause here. This is the 6th and final one, unless once again this custom game allows them more pauses for their rule set. Barian swapped through the sonar for Tundra and locked it in. Interesting there. I believe they were on a Circuit. I was not. I just noticed that they swapped. I didn't notice who they swapped from. Regardless, the past doesn't matter. We are here. This is now. Barian is on a sonar, which I don't believe I've seen them play. I'm trying to remember even a single time this series. If I have, I would imagine it's been on Black Market, because Black Market has really good sonar spots on offense and defense. But even if I did see them get played before, very interesting pick on this map, right? Because you don't usually think of her as a 1v1er, especially as an anchor. While neither team has a pathogen, which you don't need a pathogen for duels. It's just a kind of a way to abuse it if you want to play for timeouts, which Tundra doesn't usually lend itself to. Is usually a kill within 2 seconds map. MX and Kurum playing through the portals. MX pushes through, gets a kill. Waits out the util, the molly. Flash puts down Warzone on himself. Rockstars takes control of the other side of the teleport on his end with his broker mines. Push around the corner, gonna catch MX off guard. So I was gonna say about the sonar. Sonar on this map, she can pop her page insta going through. Just takes the fight. Hey, if you think you're better, just do it. The sonar can pop her dead silence and just run through the middle of the map during the starting round 50-50 if she wants to. Dex versus Dex action here. Braxis loses the fight. Page just hitting their shots. Break. Was waiting for him, basically. For the series, all on him. Wait, no, not on him, I forgot. He is not their anchor, he's the second to last. Using putting up a tripwire, using util, does find him. Gets the jump. And Varian. Fortunately, a lot of pressure. Gets blinded, unfortunate for... Wins the gunfight while blind to keep 5-minute boys in the series. He needs to get 2 more. 10 HP was the difference maker there. And Conquest wins Grand Finals. GG, everybody.